Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Sistas. Yes, they are back, y'all, with a season 3, episode 1, and it was titled When You're Confused. Alright, so this episode seemed like it was long, but it was only 61 minutes. But maybe because Fatima is a main girl now, so she got to get a lot more screen time. So maybe that's why I felt like it was long. But it was still good and interesting, especially the ending, because I'm like, what's going on with this? Before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. All right, let's jump into it. So it opens up where it left off at a couple months ago, with Jasmine pointing the gun at Andy and like, this is what you want, this is what you want. You need a bag for your life, bag for your life. I'm begging. Andy apologizing over and over again. She's saying she's sorry she cheated with him. And she like, you was cheating with him? What was y'all doing? Y'all was sleeping? I brought him them damn boxer briefs. Bitch, I died. Andy like, well, we gotta help him. Help him what? He ain't help me. So she's steady pointing the gun. All up in her face and stuff like that. She all over the bed, over Andy and stuff like that. And she like, the only reason why you sorry is because I got this gun up in your face. That's the only reason why you sorry. I told you leave my man alone. I told you leave him alone. She like, I'm so sorry. I did everything for him. I didn't wash his dirty drawers, clean his sis. I didn't took care of his kids and stuff. So she going off and off. She like, well, he can't die. We gotta help him. Oh, I'm ready for him to die. You know what, matter of fact, I'm ready for everybody to die. Let's everybody die up here. I said, bitch, she crazy. You know she crazy. You know a girl crazy, but she start dancing with the gun. Like, the fuck, girl? So, what she say? She was like, so then, so Andy was like, no. She was like, shut up, bitch. You had an affair. What she say? Yeah, no, what she said? She was like, shut up, bitch. Yeah, I know I did wrong. I know I had an affair. I did a couple things wrong. I know I did stuff wrong. I said, what? You had an affair? You did some things wrong. So why are you mad at him? And so she was like, but he mine. So she going off, and he brought you a bigger ring? Oh, hell no. So then she go over there. The man is... Gary with that slow-mo. They had to show that slow-mo drop though. But he all bleeding out on the floor and stuff like that. She go over there because she like, wait a minute, you got a bigger rock than me? Oh, hell no. So then she started kicking him. I thought she was going to shoot him again, but she started kicking him and stuff. So then when she started kicking him, Andy took this opportunity to jump out the bed, try to get the gun from her. So then they wrestling with the gun child. I said, oh my God, what she gonna shoot Andy in the stomach by accident or something like that? You know how they be doing in the movies. So but they tussling. The gun like right here to Andy. What's the child name? Jasmine pulled the trigger and then it go off, but it was no more bullets or something like that. So I said, damn, she ain't kind of fully loaded. So then Andy hops out the bed, grab a dresser drawer, bow, knock the hoe out. So then she out. So then she don't go over there to Gary. And I'm like, I done went over there to check to see if my boo thing was all right. But she don't go over there. She go running to the door. I guess she heard a knock at the door or she was going to go get some help. I don't know. But where was her phone at? She could have went over there to Gary, grabbed her phone, called 911 or something like that. But I said, you know, this is Tyler Perry. So she goes to the front door. Like, mind you, she had on this cute little lingerie outfit where her booty cheeks was out. So they was just jiggling. I said, okay, Andy, we can go get the door, girl. But anyway, she go get the door. It's 2 cops at the door. They got the guns. Stand over the side. So she like, somebody broke into my house. Where's she at? You stand over to the side. She like, she in there, she knocked out. I knocked her out. But you gotta get my fiance. My fiance is on the floor. He bleeding out and stuff like that. Child, that looked like the first cop, he was new. But the other cop who was holding her, he looked like he was the one who took the statement earlier or something like that. And I was like, he just want to rub all on her booty. But so then we done with that. Because they had to hold her back and stuff. And then they went into the room to investigate and stuff like that. We see at Bree house, child. So Bree tripping. I'm like, thirsty dude. He's still in... Child, he's still in the fridge fully loaded, okay? Talking about something, he got his water. And she like, look, you just need to go. You just need to go. And he like, why, Bree, why? Why I got to go, girl? And she like, you just gotta go. You gotta go. He like, well, we was into something. We was doing something. We was doing something. You know, I want to finish. I said, boy, if you was doing all that, like, she wasn't into you like that. And so he like, you want me to leave because the dude here, like, what? You still, you shouldn't let that stop us or whatever like that. Like, for real, if it was good, she should have hopped back on it. But you know it wasn't good because she ain't hopped back on it. But anyway, he like, so you want to do who want to never do or whatever. So she like, that ain't even what happened. You just need to go. He was like, but we had something. She like, look, you just need to go. Get on out of here. I will see you at work tomorrow. Okay, deuces. Then she go in her room. I'm like, girl, you should have made sure he left out your apartment before you went in your room. But she didn't. This is Bree. So then we see Danny and Preston. They all up in the tub, child. They look all cozy and cute and everything like that. Her phone going off. He like, well, you can answer the phone, baby. She was like, no, I don't want to answer the phone because it's going to be some drama or something like that. And so her phone ringing. It's getting blowed up. So then the house phone rings. She was like, I know there ain't no house phone. How is the house phone on? I ain't paid a house phone in phone in years or whatever. That could be Jesus calling me. It might be my time. That was great. I said, Danny and Preston is a bunch of fools. So then he like, just answer the phone. He was like, why you bring it in here? She was like, well, I like to scroll while I'm in the tub, but you came in here, so, you know. So her phone go off again. She answered the phone. It's Bree. She all, I need some help. You know, because, oh my God. She was like, are you alive? She was like, yeah, barely. Okay, well, call me when you dead. I was cracking up. So then she was like, girl, Calvin was at my door. She was like, okay, please tell me you closed it. And she was like, no, I ain't closed it because Jacoby was in the kitchen naked. She was like, naked? What was he naked for? Like, she was like, girl, look, I just need to talk. I'm going through it. So she was like, look, I can't talk right now. She was like, call Andy. She was like, you know she was Gary. Call Karen. You know she was that. Oh, okay, well, if she was that, you owe me some money. She was like, dang, come on. She was like, look, I'll call you tomorrow, okay? I am in the tub with Cowboy. She was like, oh my God, all right. Call me tomorrow, whatever like that. And so Danny turns her attention back to Preston. But I don't understand. I would have turned that phone off, okay? If I saw Bree name, like, girl, back at Andy's, child, the cop touching her, and she like, don't put your hands on me. I gotta know if he okay. Is he okay? And so they won't let her back there. And I'm like, well, did they call the ambulance? Like, we ain't see nothing, you know, no medics going there or nothing like that. So she's still sitting there. The light-skinned cop, he come in there and sit down on the couch talking about he got all these questions and stuff. I got all these questions. I got all this. She was like, what? I don't want to hear about no questions. Like, is he okay? I got to go in there. I need to talk to him. I need to see if he all right. He was like, well, this is an active crime scene, man. She was like, but can I get my phone? He was like, no, you can't get your phone. She was like, well, I need to make sure that, you know, he okay. So she just kept saying that. He kept saying that he needed to ask her some questions and stuff. And so he was just like, so you was in the bed or whatever? So she was like, yeah, we was in the bed and we was getting ready for bed. And then his ex came in there and then she shot him twice. Did you see it? So the room ain't but yay big. And if I just told you the ex came in there and shot him twice, don't that mean I saw it? Oh, okay. But he like, well, did you see it? She was like, yeah, I saw it. And then she turned the gun on me. And then, you know, he was like, well, were you having an affair? Who asked that? Like, didn't she just say the ex? So then she was like, no, why would you even ask me a question like that? Like, I said the ex and he was divorced. Like, I just need to make sure that he okay. And then he like, we got some questions, man. We got some questions. The medics is in there with him. But I need to know if he okay. Man, I still got some more questions. She was like, get questions. And then she looked like she was about to get up. So at Karen's house, knock, Zach at the door, of course. So she like, what you want? And she let him in, of course. And he's talking about something, I used to live here. Yeah, keyword is used to live here. But you don't live here no more. So he ends up giving her $5,000. And so she was like, well, what is this? He was like, look, here go $5,000. But it's not for that credit card stuff because I didn't do it. She was like, yeah, I know you didn't do it. He was like, oh, you knew, But he was like, oh, so now you know I ain't do it. She was like, I said, Karen, that you know you finna lie. He was like, don't lie to me, because you ain't know or whatever. And she was like, all right, well, the bank had gave me proof that you ain't do it. What? He was like, oh, so you needed proof from the bank that I ain't do it. And I was like, yeah, shit, I would have needed proof too. I would have needed proof too, okay? Because I don't know, he ain't gonna seem like no thief to me. But look, and I still want to know why. Oh, because the person signed Zach's name. Well, who? Oh, it was a customer. Yeah, okay. That's what it was. So I was about to say, well, how, what's that girl name? Damn, I can't think of her name. Oh, it's like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of her name. The receptionist. Because I was trying to figure out why she said it was Zach, but the bank said it was Zach because the customer had signed Zach's name. Because Karen probably be talking about Zach all the time in the shop, so they was just like, okay, he is sorry, motherfucker. Let me go and sign his name. But anyway, she said she had proof, and he was like, well, you should have took my word for it or whatever. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry. And he was like, look, she was like, well, what's the $5,000 for? So he was like, well, I owe you about $77,000 or whatever. She was like, huh? He was like, look, I could do math for all the rent, for all the food, all this other stuff. I owe you that, so I'm putting 5 on it right now. So she was like, He was like, just take the money. She was like, I wasn't going to give it back. I know that's right, Karen. So she was just like, I'm all over the place with my feelings and stuff. And then she asking him how long he didn't smash Fatima. He like, why? Like, why? You need to know all that. She was like, look here, Zach, don't act like we wasn't just fucking. He was like, yeah, we was. And that's all it was. And so he was like, I give you the rest later or whatever, talking about the money. And then he left. I said, ooh, Zach acting ice cold. Now he giving her her same temperature. Then we back to Danny. Preston knocked out. He sleeps, so Danny didn't put that thing on him, child. So then she get up. She go in the bathroom. She called Bree. Basically, Bree was telling her, like, Calvin came over and she confused and stuff. She don't know what to do. And she was telling her that Calvin was mad. And Danny like, look, you need to let that go, okay? And so then she like, well, what if he'd have won? And she like, girl, you would know by now. And she like, well, remember Val from college and stuff? And remember she gave up on that good man? And what if I'm giving up on a good man and stuff like that? She was just like, look, you just need to figure it all out or whatever. She was like, but how was Jacoby? She was like, look, you focus on the wrong thing. I said, see, no, you focus on the wrong thing. Because you and Calvin keep getting this back and forth. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, girl. If you don't date somebody else or just let this man know that you're not into him like that because you don't believe nothing he said, you don't trust him. So what's the point? What's the point and purpose of the relationship? You don't trust them. You can't be in a relationship with somebody you can't trust. So why? Anyway, we back at Fatima. So Zach pops up at Fatima's house. He got the key, remember? So she was like, oh, he was like, yeah, I got the key. So she was like, oh, okay, well, your stuff right there, just put the key on the table. I was like, damn. She all dressed up, looking like she finna go out. She done changed the hair up or whatever. She got like a longer weave or a wig, and then she done put it up in a little ponytail. I said, okay. Because you can see like where the wig was put. Okay. But anyway, she all dressed up to leave, and he like, well, where you going? She like, look, don't ask me no questions, Zach. Don't do that. Just get your shit and go. So then they do this whole back and forth and stuff like that, and she was just like, you could have just told me I was effing. And he was like, well, I could have told you or whatever. And so she was like, look, he was like, well, just give me a break. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a break. You can break your ass over there and get your shit and leave. I said, damn. Okay. So then he apologized. She was just like, all right, whatever. And so he like, don't do that, Fatima. Don't do that. And she like, look, ain't nothing sweet and spicy up in here. You all doing all this stuff. You could have just told me or whatever. Just get the car keys. Like, just go. And he like, well, I don't want the car because I know I'm getting kicked out the program. I'm like, did she say you was getting kicked out of the program? And then she say 150 times that she not like that. So why you don't believe her? So she's like, look, I'm not that chick. Like, just because I'm mad at you don't mean I'm going to mess up your money and mess up your career and all that other stuff. Just get your shit, take the car keys and go or whatever. So, he was like, look, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to hurt you. So she looking like, you think I'm hurt by you? He was like, yeah, I mean, you changed your hair. That's what y'all females do. Y'all change your hair when y'all hurt. I mean, he ain't lying. But then it's a knock at the door. So then he like, So it's a guy or whatever. His name Marlon or something. He play basketball or whatever. And she like, this is Zach. He was just leaving. I said, oh, Fatima is that chick. Okay, she done moved on like that. And so he like, oh, I know about them ball players. You know how Zach do or whatever. Something like he got a velvet motorcycle jacket. She was like, yeah, it costs more than what you got in that bag right now. So he ain't say nothing. He just going to leave. So then she go head out with the new dudes. They going to dinner or something like that. Calvin back home. Maurice like, oh, bitch, you scared me. I ain't know. He was like, look. He mad. He get mad at Maurice talking about something. This all your fault. You wouldn't have told her that I was sleeping with this dude in the bedroom and stuff like that. He like, look, I already apologized for that, you know. And he was like, well, what is wrong? What did you talk about? So then he like, yeah, it was the dude over there and stuff. And he like, over where? Over Bree house. I went over Bree house. You without calling, why would you do that? He was like, look, because I wanted to talk to her, but then I get there and then dude that worked with y'all, he all in the refrigerator butt naked. He was in the refrigerator butt naked. How he do? Now that was some kinky shit. You know, I once had that with some mustard and stuff because they ain't had no gray poupon. I said, Maurice is so stupid. So Calvin go on talking about something. Why even like this girl? Why even like this girl? So then Maurice like, well, you know she's special. He was like, come on now, Maurice. I ain't trying to hear all that. He was like, no, I mean like special, like slow special. And so then he like, look, no, for real, why do I even like this? And so Maurice tried to tell Calvin, like, you know, she got a hard time making decisions. She has a hard time being ready. And he was like, but she said she was ready. And he was like, well, you know, she been hurt in the past and stuff like that. So she gonna take some time. So then Calvin gets this bright idea that he gonna go back over to Breeze to talk. Who does that? Like, you just saw her with Jacoby fully loaded in the refrigerator, and then you gonna go back over there? This Tyler Perry world, child. But anyway, Karen, she calling Andy up. Andy ain't answering the phone, so she like, what you doing that you can't answer the phone? Never mind, you probably with Gary. So just call me when you get this message or whatever. So it's a knock at her door. So I'm like, what time is it, child? So it's a knock at her door. She asking, who is it? No answer, but yet she still answers the door. I said, she need a peephole or something. What if it was a killer? Didn't a strange man just enter your home not that long ago and try to kill you, girl? But anyway, she answered the door. It's Aaron. Aaron is drunk, okay? He's gone, okay? I don't even know how he walked up in there unless he was a functioning alcoholic, because he is gone, okay? And she like, you been drinking? And he like, yeah, you know, I just had like a little bit or whatever. And she like, it don't smell like you had a little bit and stuff. And she was like, you was driving? Why would you drive over? He's like, because, you know, I just want you. You know, I want you. No, you don't. You don't know what you want. I do. I just want you. I just want you. What's the child name? Karen, I just want you. So she was like, well, I'm gonna make a pot of coffee. I'm gonna make a pot of coffee. So she go over there. She making coffee, child. He taking his shirt off. Then he unbuttoning his pants. Next thing she turned around, he got his pants wrapped around his ankles. Talking about, I want you. Come on, let's go. Come on. I promise I'll make you feel better than he do. Just come. I said, what kind of shit is this? So, she like, look, I didn't mean to hurt you and stuff. And she like, no, you don't need this. Like, come on, you don't mean this. Stop this. So then he trying to kiss her. She like, look at me. So then he stopped and finally looked at her, and she like, well, this is kind of pathetic, ain't it? This is pathetic. And she was like, no, just drunk. And so like, he like, I'm not just drunk, I'm pissed off, and I want you for me, and I love you, and I want you. And so she started apologizing and stuff, and he like, look, I know he was like, I'm crazy, and he tries to leave because he embarrassed now or whatever like that, and he feels stupid, but she don't want him to leave because, you know, he drunk and stuff, and he can, you know, get in an accident or whatever. So she like, just drink some coffee with me, sit down, drink some coffee or whatever. He keeps saying he's sorry, that he pressured her into having sex, or not pressured her into having sex, but having sex with somebody else. And like, he starts sobbing. She like, no, it's my fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault. He's crying. They hugged up, crying together. I said, this is a hot ass mess. And what time is it? But anyway, we see Maurice. He calling Bree up. And she like, what you want? I'm tired of the gossip and stuff. He like, look, I just want to let you know that Calvin is on the way, girl. And she like, oh, okay. He was like, well, I'm calling you to give you a heads up so you can get Jacoby out of there or whatever. And cause I heard he had his dick in the fridge. How I wish I was the condiment shelf. I said, Maurice ain't stupid. So then he basically let her know that she need to get Jacoby out of there because Calvin was on the way. Then we see Fatima. She come back with from dinner with the dude Marlon or whatever like that. She brought him in, and I'm like, why y'all couldn't say y'all goodbyes from the car? Like, you had to actually bring him into the apartment and tell him that you wasn't interested in having sex with him that night or whatever. Because he was all like, well, I missed you. I hadn't heard from you or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah. He was like trying to, get it in or whatever because she got that snapper. So she was like, no, I'm not into that. I'm tired. I got to go to work tomorrow or whatever. And he was like, well, they ain't never stopped you before. So she was like, but it's stopping me now. So, call me in a week. I hit up with you, yada, yada, yada. So she kicks him out after he tried to go in for a kiss. And she was just like, So she kicked him out. She like talking to herself like, Fatima, you need to get it together. Like, this is not the dude. You need to get it together. Get yourself together. She pour out some old wine, pour in some new wine, sipping. She look over. She see the truck alarm still sitting over there on the counter. She was like, is this the truck alarm? And then she see it's a wad of money. So she like, what is this money for? So then she calls Zach up and like, why you got this money on the counter or whatever like that. And so he like, it's yours for letting me stay there with you. She was like, you don't have to pay me. I let you stay here because, I wanted you to stay here, whatever. So she like, well, he like, well, I don't want no woman telling me that I owe them or yada, yada, yada. Because you know how Karen did them and stuff. So he like, look, I just want to pay the piper now and not later or whatever. So she said something and he was like, well, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to go back and forth with you. So she was like, but you answered the phone, so therefore you want to go back and forth with me. So then he gonna say, I think it's kind of effed up that you called that dude that quick. She was like, excuse you, why are we in this right now? He was like, oh, okay, yeah, you right. You right. So then he gonna ask her, have you ever been confused? She was like, look, the money gonna be taped to the door, okay? He was like, you can't take that money to the door. Like, somebody gonna grab it or whatever. She was like, well, then you need to come and get it. He was like, is we still talking about the money? And she was like, look, Zach, come get the money and that's it. So he asking her about if she ever been confused and stuff, and she don't want to answer. He was like, look, she my ex, we got history and stuff, and we started talking and she started hugging me, and then we started she started kissing me. So he never took no accountability that he was kissing her too, and he pulled down his pants and bow chicky wow wow. So I'm just like, boy bye. She was like, all right, whatever, the money be taped to the door. So Bree come out her room. Child, why is Jacoby still sitting there on the couch? Didn't she tell you to leave? Like, boy, bye. He's still, well, I'm sorry, all this thirsty shit. Like, she told you to go. You're not getting no more. It wasn't that good. Otherwise, she'd have still been on it, okay? So she ends up telling him, like, look, you need to go. She go to open up the door to, like, let him know, like, this is the door, just in case you forgot. Calvin at the door. So Calvin come in there all big bad. And he like, you gotta go. Jacoby looking him up and down like, nigga, I wish you would. And so they had this stare now. And then Jacoby finally was just like, all right, he leaves. So now Sabrina's sitting there looking all stupid in the face. Calvin like, you need to sit down. I said, first of all, this is her house. And you talking to her like that? But she sat down. I said, oh, okay, it wouldn't be me. So then, he like, look, I'm tired. We've been all through all this bullshit, and then you leaving nasty messages on my phone related to some BS. And then the crazy thing is, I want to be done with you. I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to text you. I don't want to do nothing. But the more I think about that, the more it hurt me or whatever. Like, just tell me, like, what is wrong with me? And she was like, it's nothing's wrong with you or whatever. He was like, no, you're not going to do that. She was like, it's me. He was like, no, you need to put your big girl drawers on and tell me what the hell is wrong with me. She was like, well, that night you asked me to be exclusive, somebody told me that she was on meth. He was like, what? Meth? So then he all like, wait a minute. So that's why Maurice made me piss in the cup. And he was like, yo, do you believe anything I tell you? Like, I've been straight up with you from day one. Like, do you believe anything I tell you or whatever like that? She was like, well, I think I need to stop listening to people. He was like, no, that seemed to be your MO, so keep listening to people. You let people sway you, and instead of listening to your heart, you over here in this predicament right now. So then Calvin like, you know what? Forget it. I'ma leave. So then he leaves. She begging him to stay. I said, girl, just let him go. Y'all toxic. Like, just let it go. Let it go. So then we see Zach. So Zach and Fatima, she really did take that money to the door. I said, girl. So he like, this girl crazy. So then he knocks on the door. He takes the money back, of course. He asked him to come in. She let him in. She like, you got 5 minutes or whatever like that. And so he like, look, I want you and I want her. She was like, boy, if you don't get the F out of here. And so he was like, look, I asked you, have you ever been confused? And you couldn't even answer me or whatever. So have you ever been confused? And so she was like, okay, I can see how you could be confused or whatever. He was like, yeah, thank you. Because, you know, you everything I want, you everything I need. You make me feel amazing. But he was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, you already been through this. He was like, yeah, I don't understand how I want or love somebody so much that make me feel like shit. I was like, boy. So he was like, and so she was like, if I had the answer to that, you wouldn't be standing here. He was like, I make you feel like shit. She was like, no, you make me feel more like shit. You make me feel like shit, humiliated, embarrassed and stuff. And so she was like, I was just telling Andy. And he was like, you was telling Andy, go ahead and finish your statement. Because she kept pausing because she didn't want to, you know, divulge too much to him or whatever. But she finally said, I was telling Andy I met this guy and it could be something. But, you know, I don't know. He was like, it could still be something or whatever. She was like, look, I got a lot to think about or whatever like that. And I got to think about this and you just need to go. He was like, you sure? She was like, yeah, I want you to go. So he was like, don't say stuff you don't mean. So then she shows him. She walks over to the door. She opened up the door. And he was like, oh, okay. She was like, and take the car alarm and go or whatever. So then he goes and leaves. She closed the door and stuff. Then we see the last scene, child. Jasmine wig off. Her wig was all janked up. This ain't over, bitch. This ain't over, bitch. Right? I was just like, this girl is crazy. They should have gave her a goddamn cocktail, put her ass out, okay? Then the cop, I'm like, first of all, female cops do not have their hair down like that. They have it pulled back in a bun, but whatever. 2 other cops took her out. So the other 2 cops was there, the ones who originally came. So the one cop who she was talking to, who had all the questions, he was like, look, you need to get a restraining order. I'm like, what the fuck a restraining order gonna do? She need to be locked up, okay? Like, hello. So she was like, I'm not worried about that. I need to know if Gary is okay. Like, what's going on with him? What's going on with him? So the cop get up and he was like, you can come in. She was like, I don't want to see him all bloody. I don't want to see him all bloody and stuff. He was like, he's not bloody. I said, what? He not bloody. So then she come in the room looking all like, and then it went off. I said, what? What? So is Gary not dead? Was it blank? I mean, obviously in real life it was blanks, but did they like put blanks in her gun, or like was it some kind of sting or something? Like, did he set her up to get caught because they knew she was going to come up? Like, what is going on? Because if he not bloody and he not dead, but well, she was crazed out, so maybe she didn't notice that he wasn't really shot, and maybe that's why he did that slow-mo drop, because he wasn't really shot and he don't know how to act very well. I mean, they all don't, but I mean, they've been getting better. So is he alive? Like, what do y'all think, y'all? Y'all let me know what y'all think down there in the comments, because her face looked like he wasn't dead, and then the cops saying he wasn't bloody, so it had to be some kind of setup operation or something like that she wasn't obviously involved in. Andy wasn't involved in, because she had zero clue. But anyway, y'all, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all feel like is going on in them comments down there. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you like this recap review, hit the thumbs up button, and also share if you got some friends who watch this show and will be interested in seeing this recap review. All right, y'all, until next time, peace.